Hi everyone, welcome to Notebooks and Things. Today we're going to shop my stash in a way to ink a pen. So this is the first of the Shop My Stash series in which I pretend to shop for a new pen and a new ink out of what I already have but haven't really been using. So I have inks, and in the back of this old day free, I do have pens, like a list of pens that I have. So we're going to go through the inks I haven't been using and the pens I haven't been using, and we're going to choose one pen and one ink so I can ink a new pen today and pretend that I got a new pen and a new ink, even though I didn't really get a new pen and new ink. So I hope this works. Hopefully this will be fun. Starting with the inks, I did put a little pencil star next to everything I haven't really used much yet. Like, all I did was swatch it, and maybe I dipped a pen into it for a while, but I haven't done much more than that. So I have a lot of inks. First we have the Herbon inks. There's most of this page. I've only used this and this, and I did have this inked in a pen at one point, but I made the mistake of using a Pilot Extra Fine, so that doesn't count. I'm not counting that, but the rest are, these two I have used. The rest I haven't. I love this one, which is why it doesn't have a star on it. But most of these are also not used, and these are all 10 milliliter bottles. I got a bunch of 10 milliliter bottles at some point, and yeah, these two I have used. This one I have not because it's a basic black. Why did I buy a basic black? I don't know. Do not ask me because I don't know. And then the glittery inks, I just wrote fancy inks, but most of my glittery inks I haven't used because, well, I was in college, and cleaning out a pen that I inked with a shimmer ink is just more work than I wanted to give myself at the time. But I have so many shimmer inks because I love shimmer inks so much. They're so pretty, but they're just more work too. But all of these. And then the one Birmingham ink I have, so I haven't used it. It's a half full bottle and I haven't used it yet. It's very sad because it's so pretty, and it looks like it has some nice shading too. And then the two Vinta inks I have, one is a 10 milliliter sample, which is practically a bottle, which is why it's in my bottles book and not in my samples book. But yeah, this is one I randomly got one day. And then my Wearing Gold inks, again, shimmer. I left whole pages for the ones that I do plan on getting more bottles of, like Birmingham, Vinta, Wearing Gold. I would like more bottles of them, but also I do have plenty of inks already, and this book should last me a while. Hopefully it lasts me forever because I am only putting the bottles I have in here. So this is my first random inks page. Stragglers, inks that I don't actually have many of and don't really plan on getting more of, like more from the brand. I might get another bottle when some of these run out, but not more of the brand. So this one's my favorite. I have also used this and I like it. I have not used this or this. I've used these two a lot, and I've also used this a good amount. This is a relatively recent one, but I mainly bought it because I ran out of ink in my pens and I forgot to pack an ink sample or cartridges for my Coleco, so I got a bottle of ink. And this is an ink my cousin gave me relatively recently, which she gave it to me in August or September. So I haven't used this yet either, and it's so shimmery. Yay, shimmer. And then none of these have been used. Yeah, none of these have been used. And then some of these have been used. Like at the beginning of when I got into fountain pens, I got a bunch of Ferris wheel press inks because I love the packaging and the inks are also super pretty. But I haven't really wanted to buy from them recently since they've been using AI more. So many inks, and they are nice inks, so I'm not going to get rid of them, but I'm definitely not going to be buying from them again. And I have I have more. I have more. And again, these were separated into page per section because I did want to get more when I did buy them. But yeah. And I don't read descriptions when I buy an ink, so I bought this without knowing that AI was involved. And then I found out. But so that's nice. That's fun. But they're so shimmery and so pretty. Again, empty space. And then here, some Diamine standards and one shimmer. And I did use all of these. There's a star on this because I did only have this inked in a pen for like the shortest amount of time, 3 years ago. So I do not have this. I don't have this. Another page blank left for more Diamine standards and shimmers. And these are all Europe exclusive Diamine inks. So I haven't used these yet either because I've just been hoarding them. But I do need to use them, so. I had this one inked once and this one too, but the rest of these, I don't have them. I need to go buy them from my drawer. I've used most of these. Or not most of these, I've used these two. I've used these two enough, but I haven't really used this one yet, and this is so pretty. This is such a nice gray. And these three I haven't used because they're at the very back of my drawer. This one's for cartridges, which, well, I have them. I need to remember to add them here whenever I ink a pen with them, but because I can't exactly swatch a cartridge. The 2023 Diamine ink vent. I got the entire ink vent for this. For the other one, I got bottles from someone online for the 2022 ink vent. They wanted to get rid of their shimmers and scented and, well, their fun inks, I guess. So I got them. But 2023 is a calendar that I did get, and it's like, this might have been the 2023 calendar, but I got it in 2024 because it was on sale, and I'm like, wait, this is the perfect way to get it. So I got it. Cheaper than getting all the samples. And again, I haven't used most of these. Not yet. I've only used Fireside Snug so far, and that's really nice. That's super pretty. More inks that don't have a place to go. That one I just got. Sailor inks. These two are cartridges. I do have more cartridges. And bottles plus the one Robert Oster that accidentally ended up here instead of the previous page. This one is also new. And then a bunch of 10 milliliter samples, if you can call them that. And my relatively new Dominant Industry inks I use. Let's go through, oh wait, no, I have samples too. This is what I'm using for my samples. So I just swatch them like this, and I don't have these anymore, but I do have the rest. Anything that doesn't have an X on them, that is, which is most of them. So I have a bunch of Birmingham samples, and they continue here. Random ink samples. I also have cartridges for Sailor Shikiori Yozakura. Vinta samples. Troublemaker, I only have one, but eventually I'll have more. Dominant Industry. Sunset's super pretty. Ink Institute Cat at Noon, which I do have it inked right now, and I'm not the biggest fan. It's unfortunate. Okay. Waringo. Okay, I'm gonna narrow down the inks I choose in here, in like one of the empty pages I have in this book. Let's find a page. So inks. Let's choose an ink. Let's choose a few inks so we can narrow down from there. Okay, I used these four already. Molten Highlight and Cherry Blossom. I've used Cherry Blossom in this. It's super pretty. I've also used Jade Inferno and Quantum Teal. I haven't used Luminous. I haven't used Sapphire yet. And let's see. I've used Tesla Oil, but I don't think I've used the rest of these. And over here, I've used Sarah Hahn and Edward Gardens. I'm actually sure I don't have these two anymore. I could use Diamond Solstice. Words. Okay. What else have I used? I don't think I've used any of the except for I haven't used you. I haven't used you. I also haven't used you. Yeah, okay. Let's see. I think I'm just Birmingham pens for now because they all use Diamond rings. Okay, what else do I have to this? That's super pretty actually. I can't really see it in this, but it is super pretty. I just need to make sure I just need to make sure I use a shimmer. Maybe I'll go with a non-shimmering ink for this Shiny Stash. I have a few shimmerings ink already, so I'll just go for no shimmer. I'm gonna not go with any of these. The Armada is not shimmering, but I have Over ink up right now, so that's pretty similar. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to choose any of the samples I have to buy today. Let's see. These are some really pretty chroma shading inks. It's kind of funny that they're also similar to each other too. I could do Troublemaker Dusk. Yeah, I'll add that to the list. Troublemaker Dusk. You know, these are mostly shimmery and I don't really feel like using maple. Like right now. I'm gonna say none of these for right now. Maybe a pink? Walnut's really nice. Weeping Willow too. I think I'll go with a darker ink today. Ooh, maybe Cashmere Rose? Let me add them. Walnut, Cashmere Rose, and Pop Pink. I would also like to do Master of Puppets. It's been calling to me. Next, the empty page. All of these are shimmery, so none of those. Story Blue, Peter Moss. I think Wonderland and Coral is shimmery. Yeah, that's shimmery. I don't think I'll go with any of those today. I might do Story Blue another day though. I did end up getting a full bottle of that at some point. These are so pretty. I might do a shimmer next time. Could do Amethyst Purple. Let me add that too. There's the Birmingham, but I don't really feel like green right now. Yeah, I think I narrowed down the inks enough. Those are the inks I'm going to be using. And over here I have my list of pens. So let's see. I'm going to use a pencil to add a star to anything I've been using. This pencil did? Yeah, this pencil needs a new piece of lead. So I'm going to be using this pink one instead. Okay, I'm going to add a star to anything I haven't used or barely used. So none of the top ones. Maybe the Conrights. Though those are pretty wide, so skinnier pen would be preferred for today. I think I'd like to put a shimmer in a Wingsung. Oh, and I did experiment by replacing the Wingsung nibs with Pilot nibs, and it worked. So that's nice. Not a Kako Sky because I do always ink those. What have I not really used? I guess I haven't really used the stock Wansei mini nibs much. So there's a star there. And I did replace my acrylic blue Wansei mini nib with a Faber-Castell nib, and I haven't actually used a Faber-Castell nib much. So it doesn't really count, but I'm storing it anyways. Hat pen, U2, and I haven't used the new Jinhao 10 and 20 I got, the coffee and the pearl pink. And then to the more expensive pens. Yeah, I haven't really used you. I should use you. And of course, I haven't used any of my vintage pens yet. I'll get to them eventually, just not today. I'll also store my purple 580 because I haven't used that either. My N8 hasn't been used. I've only used my extra fine Lamy Safari once. Oh yeah, the Opus 88, yes. I'm not counting these right now. Of course I haven't used these two, the Hello Kitty Coleco Sports, but I'm not counting those because I have used Fine Nib Coleco Sports a few times. I guess I could like try and fix the Pelican nib. These new pens, but I haven't cleaned them out yet, so I'm not counting those. I did star them, but I'm not counting them. So let's add the pens. So those were the pens I decided to choose from. And now, time to narrow down. Dusk is a pretty gray. Cashmere Rose Walnut Pop Pink. This is a difficult decision. I think I'd like to go with darker colors. And Dusk is also pretty close to Earl Grey, so I'm gonna cross you out. I would like a pretty pink, however, I will be inking a pen with Pilot Iroshizuku Kosomo Susun, and that is also a really nice pink, so cross this out. This is a maybe, you may stay, possibly. I think I'll cross Walnut out. It's a nice brown, but I'm not feeling it today. Okay, that narrows it down to 3. Let's pop over. Okay, Master of Puppets. Cashmere Rose. And Amethyst Purple, I'm pretty sure. That's closer to down here. Yeah. There's Amethyst Purple, Master of Puppets, and Cashmere Rose. Cashmere Rose is lighter than the others, but it'll still be plenty dark enough. But I think I'm gonna go with the darker options today. I want a nice dark ink. So that's Master of Puppets or Amethyst Purple. Decisions are so hard. They're both purple, but Amethyst is a lot cooler than Master of Puppets. This is more of a maroony color, I guess. Like not quite purple, not quite pink, but in between, like a very pinky purple or a very purpley pink. And this one's more of like a true purple. And let's check the pens. Let's narrow down the pens too. Maybe that'll help. Okay, I think I'm gonna cross out the Conrite Desire because it is a thicker nib. And I'm gonna need to fix the nib on this first before I use it, which means I'll have to clean it out again before I actually use it because I need to test it out and everything too. Let's see, maybe not the Lamy Safari. So N8, oh, cross out this. And I am doing a purple ink, so I might as well do a purple TWSBI instead of the iris, so cross that out too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's still so many. Okay, I'll take out the cat pen because I keep seeing it with Cashmere Rose now. I've imagined it and I can't unsee it, so I can't see it with anything else right now. So that leaves the Opus 88 Minty, the Jinhao 20, the TWSBI 580, and the Hongdian White Feather. I'm gonna cross the Hongdian out because it's white and I'm using dark purple inks. Okay, that leaves TWSBI, Opus 88, and Jinhao 20. Let's think about ink capacity. Do I want something that I'll have to clean out and refill pretty quickly, which lets me ink another pen with another ink sooner? Or do I want something that has a bigger capacity and will last longer? Okay, let's figure out the purpose. Let's decide the purpose of the pen I'm inking. This pen will be used mainly for, okay, since I am technically buying a new pen, why am I buying this new pen? What is the function for this new pen? So I want a new pen mainly for writing, I guess planning. So pretty much that, yeah. So I will go through ink pretty quickly, but do I want to re-ink it pretty quickly too? Or do I want to keep it for longer? I think I'll wait on the TWSBI and do either the Opus 88 Minty or the Jinhao 20. And the Jinhao 20 is also a really light pen, so if I do the Jinhao 20, I'd like to do Master of Puppets because the colors fit really nicely together, while Amethyst Purple will do great in the Opus 88 Minty. Difficult decisions. I kind of really want the Jinhao 20, but I also really want the Opus 88. I think it would be fun to switch out and try another ink in like another week or two, so I guess we'll go with the Jinhao 20 with Master of Puppets. Final winner. So now I'm going to go out and buy my new pen and ink. I will be back. I'm back with my new pen and ink. This is Master of Puppets by Diamine, and this is an extra fine Jinhao 20 in a pearl pink. It's a pale, glittery pink that doesn't really show on camera, but it's super pretty. So let's ink it up. I do also have this paper towel. I don't have to shake, it's not a shimmer, but it's been a while since I opened you. So pretty. I'm gonna wait a few seconds for the bubbles to go away. They're not gonna go away entirely, but like whatever. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Okay, that's a lot that got on the pen. But that just means I can swatch it here. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, now paper toweling off the excess. Okay, excess has been wiped off. And now I'm gonna put this back in. Yay! This is nice, I like it. Yeah, this is really pretty. And since Jinhaos have a bit of a drying out problem, there's a little trick that I've seen online that I'll be doing to make sure it doesn't dry out as quickly. Oh, and I need to close the bottle. So I'll just be doing that off screen, as one must do with new pens, make sure they seal properly. But I hope you enjoyed this video. This was really fun to do. Definitely gonna go shopping more often for new pens and inks. Thanks for watching. Bye!